Welcome back to Up North Reactions, and as you see from the title, we are featuring a new Tom MacDonald Brainwashed. So I was busy over the weekend. I was not able to get to Tom's video. Sorry about that, but the kids had to be taken to the county fair because what a blast that was. They were tall enough to ride all the rides this year, which made it so much more fun. So anyways, we're going to get into it. And if you have seen any of my other Tom MacDonald videos, you know we are very biased household here. We love Tom MacDonald. We have all of his albums. We listen to all of his music. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into this. If you have not, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. That always helps out. If you want me to react to a certain Tom MacDonald song, go ahead and drop it down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you as well. So Hangover Gang, let's go ahead and dive into this video. Woo! Woo! So excited. All right, crew, like normal, we went ahead and pulled that up. And as always, I will always have the link for the video I watch in the description down below. So if you want to watch the original video without any commentation, we'll go ahead and click it down below. So let's go ahead and get into this and see what Tom got for us today.
The country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows, politics, celebrity gossip, popular neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? We only dedicate one day to remember our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young. But if you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month. The most dangerous pandemic's propaganda from these clowns.
All right, wow. Like always, Tom just starts spitting the truth for us. I mean, you know, why do our fallen soldiers only get one day to be remembered for? You know, and why do our veterans get treated horrible in this country? You know, they're homeless, they have health issues, they're not being taken care of. I mean, it's really disgraceful what we do to our veterans after they risk their lives for us. So, good. Good.
A hero and you get a whole Pride Month. The most dangerous pandemic's propaganda from these clowns. Only mask that's gonna save us is duct tape on their mouths. Don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth like.
Exactly. I am a huge advocate for it. I cut the cord 9 years ago because my son's 8, so he's never had cable in his life. He doesn't know what it is unless he goes to somebody else's house who has it, you know. So I don't care what side you're on, you know, left side, right side, whether you watch Fox or, you know, Sky Australia, or whether you watch CNN or MSNBC, you know, those entities are going to tell you what you want to hear to turn over viewership. You know, they want the most views because that gets in the most money for their advertisers, you know. So it's a big bunch of bullshit, honestly. Just bullshit. I don't the news died, in my opinion, when we started having 24-hour news all the time. The ticker started going, everything has just been so propaganda. And again, on both aisles, in my opinion. They're going to feed you what you want to hear, so you tune in. You know what I mean? And they, in my opinion, are causing a divide. That's just me. That's just me. My opinion.
We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth like. Big Pharma doesn't cure you, dog, cause every patient that gets cured is a customer lost. And big oil runs the world, the only wars that get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him claiming if a white...
That, I was just watching a YouTuber that was talking about what's happening right now on the other side of the world. This is Monday, August. What is today? Oh, it's 16th already. Wow, we're halfway through August, you guys. Summer's almost over. I'm not ready. So, you know, and he basically said the same thing. It doesn't matter what country you're referencing because, China, Great Britain, um, Russia, United States, you get these big countries. And I've said before in previous videos that I believe it's almost an animalistic instinct, to gain as much territory and have the most resources, because if you think about a lion, he's going to have a territory. And then that territory, he's going to make sure that there is food, water, and shelter, right? And the more territory that you have with more of those resources, more females are going to come into that territory as an animal. So I'm a true believer, and that is almost how creatures are made. I don't know if that makes any sense. All right, let's go. Let's go. Oh.
The only wars that get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him claiming if a white man braids his hair and likes rap, he's appropriating culture. But if a white man acts too white, he's white trash, he's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us.
That is so true too. And I believe with what's happening with our school system, in my personal opinion, you don't want to educate the masses because critical thinking individuals go against the grind, right? They're going to be the ones that ask the question, why? And that's a lot of people don't want the question why asked, because then you're going to may throw a wrench in their little machine of thought process, um yeah. Okay.
Neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us because we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us, but we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me. How did monkeys become people and people turned into sheep?
I like that. I like that chorus. That was good. That's something that we can definitely sing along to. Yeah, that's it makes me feel inspired and almost hyped up a little bit. Um like almost like don't mess with me kind of chant. Like I don't know how to describe it. I really enjoyed that though.
Against them, it ain't you against me. How did monkeys become people and people turned into sheep? They put fluoride in the water that's keeping us all asleep. Claim they want what's best for us, I find it hard to believe, because they've been selling us cigarettes since we was 18.
Thank you. I don't understand that because tobacco and alcohol kill so many people. I mean, you can literally die from detoxing from alcohol. I mean, it's very serious. I personally don't drink, but I smoke cigarettes, and it is one of my vices. And I'm getting up at there in an age where I'm trying to think of the long end now. I'm not in my 20s no more, just living for the now. I'm actually thinking of the future, especially having children. I want to be around. And it's one of those things like you've been selling it to me since 18. Like, I still remember there being commercials for cigarettes where your doctor approved. Dr. X here on television approves of this brand. It's his favorite cigarette, folks, right? I remember seeing ads in magazines, especially like the Newport ads. You always had happy smiling people, usually on the beach and stuff like that. The Marlboro ads were a lot of westerny type of themes and stuff like that. So I remember those very clearly. And it wasn't until I became 19, 20 here in Michigan is when Michigan really started cracking down on smoking. And it's like you guys had basically sewed us into this. And then now you're taking away more and more places. And I know it's a disgusting habit. I get it. But, like the bars and stuff, like you should have a choice whether you want to be a restaurant that allows smoking or a restaurant that doesn't allow smoking. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to bars, because that's what bars initially were there for. And so the man wouldn't drink and smoke in the home. You send his ass down the road, go down there with your buddies, sit and drink and smoke down there. So it's just one of those things that I don't understand. I personally know of a bar in Michigan that charges per ashtray. And whenever they get busted, they use that funds to pay the fine, because that's all they can do is just fine them. They can't shut down the business, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things. It's just very interesting.
They want what's best for us, I find it hard to believe, cause they've been selling us cigarettes since we was 18. Fake news, fake woke, distract and divide. You're either right or you're left, or you're black or you're white. Big tech don't need a microchip to hack in your life, cause the phone inside your pocket is a tracking device. And I don't know what I'm more sick of.
That is so true. I mean, and then I hear people are like, "Oh, well, you know, they can see your face and they can hear you talk." And there has been instances, and I'm sure everybody has a story above time that they were talking about something, and it started showing up. And as you're scrolling through your timeline, you'll start seeing ads. Whether it be you're talking about getting a new pair of shoes, all of a sudden you see shoe ads, but you didn't text it to anybody. You didn't, post an ad saying, "Man, I'm gonna get me new shoes. Any recommendations?" You know what I mean? Like, then maybe I couldn't understand if, they have an algorithm where which is really creepy anyways. Why are you reading my text messages or my messages at all? I don't know. I don't like the big tech, um, you know, utilizing what I say to try to sell me stuff, right? Because that's all we've become as a country, in my opinion, is a country of like consumers. We don't make anything, we don't produce anything. I don't, I'm just going to drop it as that, because that will get me into a political road, and I don't want to do that. I want to just stick strictly with the music. Um, but again, I am totally biased when it comes to Tom, because again, this house loves Tom and we stand by his message and what he preaches. So we're just gonna move on.
Chip to hack in your life, cause the phone inside your pocket is a tracking device. And I don't know what I'm more sick of, rappers or Joe Biden looking like he ate 100 Xanax for dinner. Cause censoring the president and kicking him off Twitter is a bigger threat to freedom than foreign ballistic missiles. You don't.
Holy shit, thank you. Exactly. And I have been saying this for at least 10 years now. Without the First Amendment, the rest of the amendments fall. Because if you don't have a right to speak up and defend the other rights of the Constitution, you're going to lose all your rights of the Constitution. If you cannot speak up, how can you protect something? You can't. So I'm a firm believer in making sure that we protect the First Amendment at all costs. And I find it highly disgusting that the press of all people, It is the only profession that is protected by the U.S. Constitution, the freedom of press. It's the only occupation that is protected constitutionally. And for you to sit by and do nothing, because again, these news stations do not report news. In my opinion, they report propaganda and what they want you to hear. And again, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you fall on. Doesn't matter. They're going to give you what you want to hear. And by the way, here's a few hours of commercials in between. Don't forget to buy that, that lotion there, because that's a good lotion. Anyways, look at, he's got me talking. Okay.
In the president and kicking him off Twitter is a bigger threat to freedom than foreign ballistic missiles. You don't trust the police or the government, but you want people giving up their right to own a firearm. Why would you be comfortable if police and the government the only people on the planet with the right to buy a gun?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That makes no damn sense. Why would you ever give the only rights to the government and the police and the military, which is the government, to own and have weapons? This is why our founding fathers put in place the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. Why? Because we know that unarmed citizens can be taken over. It has happened in history multiple times prior and after the Declaration of Independence was written. So how can you sit there and in today's day and age go, oh, well, we don't have to worry about it now, because the men today are better than the men before, and we'll never have any type of tyrannical government in our United States of America. You are being naive. Tyrannical governments and threats upon your personal property is real in the world. And again, history has proven that to us. This is why we have the right to bear arms. It's not, and it's not just to go against your own government. It's to help protect your own country as well. Because even if say for instance, we got invaded. Holy cow, they come across the East Coast, West Coast, come up from the South, come out from the North. We're getting invaded, all right, by, tribal Z of, continent X. Okay, so we are getting taken over. Now, if that were to happen, we have more guns than we have people in this country. And there's a lot of us who are really good at shooting. And you're not going to tell me that my neighbor next door, who I'm almost 99.9% sure that he has no weapons because he's from the city and moved up here to the countryside, I have to protect him now. It's my duty as his neighbor, as a friend, as a civilian, as an American to another American, to protect my brothers and sisters here on this land, right? That's in my personal opinion, that's how I feel that we should be with each other. Regardless, if you are born here, you are an immigrant here, a legal immigrant here, you should be protected by your fellow man. And we have a hard time doing that right now. We have a lot of inward fighting with each other. We're going to take forever with this. I might have to cut this down a little bit. We'll have to see.
Comfortable if police and the government the only people on the planet with the right to buy a gun. White privilege getting amplified to reinforce division. It convinces white people that they're favored by their skin, and black people getting angry because they're told they're treated different. So the conflict is between us and never with the system. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me. Step 1, train the people only to consume. Step 2, infiltrate adults with the news. Step 3, indoctrinate the children through the schools and the music and the apps on the phones that they use. Step 4, separate the right from the left. Step 5, separate the white from the black. Step 6, separate the rich from the poor. Use religion and equality to separate them more. Steps.
Holy cow, you guys, that he is giving us a play-by-play. He has given us a play-by-play. I mean, literally, I have talked about it. I started this channel. I pulled my children out of school, and put them into a homeschooling program, that I'm not completely 100% on my own. So I'm not 100% homeschool. I do have a program that does help me because I've never even thought about being a teacher, right? It's not my calling at all, but we did great last year. So um that line really hit me at home when he said that about, indoctrinate the children, because I feel like we don't have vital classrooms anymore. We don't have home economics anymore. We don't have, like, learning how to balance your budget. And, we have a financial illiteracy within our school systems. We've taken out all of the trade classes. So, a lot of schools don't have wood shops anymore, and other type of classes, and metal classes, and and electrical classes. I mean, but you got to remember, back in the day, we used to be able to um, afford having all these different classrooms. I mean, they even took band out of my school in the junior high because they quote unquote couldn't afford it. They have gotten more money over the years and done less with it. I mean, it's just mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling. Okay, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. Looks like we got more numbers here. So, holy shit.
6, separate the rich from the poor. Use religion and equality to separate them more. Step 7, fabricate a problem made a lie. Step 8, put it on the news every night. Step 9, when people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design.
Thank you. They have something to save you from. That's what the governments want. All governments, not just ours. All governments. They want to be the savior. You need the government. I just read that Biden just raised up the federal amount for food stamps. You know what I mean? And absolutely nothing wrong with food stamps. I was on food stamps up until, well, it's been about almost 9 years now since I've been on them, because I made too much money. I busted my ass. I worked 60, 70 hours weeks. No problem, because I love to work. I'm a workaholic. But you know what I mean? But when I needed them, they're there. It was a cushion in between jobs that was helping to fall back upon. So I do agree with the system's ideology, what it's made to do, to be a cushion. But because where I grew up, I know people who game the system as well. And if you say that doesn't happen, you're obviously live in the nice suburbs with really pretty lawns and really picket fence and ticky tack houses. So yes.
Start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight. Trying to brainwash us, but we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me.
Woo! Oh my goodness, you guys. I am so excited. I really hope he goes on tour again soon. I mean, know that they're waiting to make sure it's safe, due to Nova's medical um, lung issues. And so but when it is and they come to Michigan, I don't care where in Michigan he comes to. If he comes down over by Chicago, that's it. I'm coming all the way to the corner. It will take me 6 hours to get there, but I will make the journey. I'm so can't wait. Really can't wait. All right. All right. All right, crew and hangover gang. We are highly in love with Tom MacDonald here. And we are highly in love with the truth being spit and just talked about. Again, that's one of the biggest things about this channel here is I want to find artists who are not afraid to speak the truth. And it doesn't have to be a right-leaning truth or a left-leaning truth. It has to be their truth, if that makes any sense. I want to hear what they feel in their soul and what they see around them. And we do that here. So if you have any requests for any songs, drop them down below. I would love to hear what you had to say about the song. I absolutely love it. If you want to watch the full video without me talking, go ahead in the description. I did put it down below. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. That always helps the channel here at Up North Reactions. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.